Welcome back to our conversation with Congressman Joe Kennedy, candidate for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. And Congressman, watching the Kennedy family legacy become an issue in this race, I was thinking about what a striking voter backlash we saw in 2016 to the very notion of family dynasties. Jeb Bush failing badly in the Republican primaries and Hillary Clinton losing to Donald Trump. Until Ed Markey brought it up in this race, I never saw you put your family front and center during your political career. Is that why that you sensed dynasty fatigue among the electorate?
No, John, look, I've had the honor of serving now for nearly 8 years in Congress. As you know, I'm extremely proud of the contribution and commitment my family has made to Massachusetts and to the country, and I believe they've made a significant one. But I also know that that is their work and their history, and it's not mine. And I've been trying to be very clear with anybody over the courses of my prior races that it's me on the ballot. You vote for me because you're hoping to get Bobby Kennedy or President Kennedy or Teddy or my dad or somebody else. You're getting me, for better or worse. It's me. And so it's been really important to me to be able to go out there and make my case, make sure that people across my district and now across the Commonwealth know me for who I am. And yes, informed by the values that my family has taught me and the example they set, because they certainly inspire me and millions of other Americans. What is different in this, and I think you did highlight it, is I didn't choose to bring my family into this. Senator Markey and his campaign did. But if they're going to try to characterize the service of my family, I'm happy to talk about the commitment of my family, particularly, John, when it comes to issues like racial justice, where I believe they have made an important contribution. And I don't think the senator's record reflects that. In fact, the senator had put out a list of achievements, and he listed nearly 50 bills that he says were some of his signature achievements in Congress. Not a single one of them is on race, not one. So by his own admission, this has never been, those issues have never been front and center for a senator who now is trying to claim that he is a racial justice champion to meet this moment. And I don't think that that's accurate or true.
You've made a cornerstone of your campaign the claim that Markey has fallen out of touch with the needs of the people of the state because he's not here as much as he should be. And you posit that you will be more in touch. Then you well know from your work as congressman that even though there aren't any major military bases in the 4th Congressional District, military spending on research and development on the bases and so forth and so on is a crucial part of the Massachusetts economy. We haven't had a round of base realignment and closures, or BRAC, the BRAC process, for 15 years. And with the federal budget deficit soaring, that may well happen within the next couple of years. Would you ever vote for military spending cuts that might impact Massachusetts?
John, obviously, as you know, I voted for military spending cuts repeatedly because we're spending nearly $800 billion in the defense budget, which I think is absurd, particularly given the gaps in domestic spending that we need here. What the BRAC process is one where the military basically is supposed to say what assets we need in order to prepare ourselves and keep our country safe into the future, and which ones we don't. And what Massachusetts, as a delegation in the process that I support here, is making sure that when that process happens, because it will, that Massachusetts is on the leading edge of it, so that we ensure that our bases, the R&D that comes into this state, the facilities we have in Natick with the soldier systems facilities up there and the R&D, the district, the facilities I still have in my district, and the critical communications systems that are made across Massachusetts. And obviously the bases we do have in Western Massachusetts are absolutely instrumental to foundations of our economy and our communities here. We can make sure that with the proper investment and vision, that these are going to be seen as critical facilities and installations for our military. And that's what we need to do. Not making sure we're sacrificing our national security, but making sure we're smart about it. And if we're smart about it, I have no doubt that those facilities in Massachusetts will stay open.
Okay, Congressman, it's Sunday morning. Not too much longer to go till the actual voting day. Take 30 seconds and give people your elevator pitch. Why you and not an incumbent who has been scandal-free?
John, I believe you deserve more out of our senator. I believe this is a critical time in our country. And I've spent the last several weeks and months crisscrossing our Commonwealth. And you meet people that are doing everything they can to care for their families, their community, keep their business afloat, care for their employees. And I don't know why we should expect anything less than that same amount of effort and dedication out of our United States Senator. I believe that our future is bright, but that change doesn't just happen. It is not inevitable. You have to have people that are going to go out there and fight for it. And I believe our people in Massachusetts are worth fighting for. I got in this race because I believe in our promise, and I still do. And I ask for your vote on September 1st.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you all for watching. Just one more reminder. Join us Tuesday night beginning at 8 on CBSN for complete coverage and analysis of the primary results, and watch your vote count during the evening on TV 38 at 10 and on WBZ at 11. And whatever you do, don't forget to vote.